Welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video, and we have another major huge transfer update on Jude Bellingham. We have lots of stories on the Jude Bellingham transfer saga. The biggest one is that Liverpool have done some background work on Jude Bellingham for a prolonged period. They have been doing this, and that could give them the edge, that could give Liverpool the edge to lure the Borussia Dortmund star to Anfield, according to journalist Pete O'Rourke. So if you are excited about this news, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you are new around here, so you will never miss the latest Liverpool transfer news updates. And also FIFA 23 comes out tomorrow, so you can expect lots of FIFA 23 content. So if you are interested in that, also subscribe, turn on the bell notification. So Pete O'Rourke believes Liverpool have a battle on their hands when it comes to attempting to negotiate a deal for Bellingham. However, the journalist feels that Liverpool are at the front of the queue if a move away from Dortmund is suddenly on the cards. They have been already doing their research on the teenager, and it's well documented that in previous years we invited Bellingham's family to the extra training center to have a tour around the facilities. So I'm sure that Liverpool's representatives have been in contact with Bellingham's family or agent or representatives, because that's how you can lay the groundwork down on a huge transfer like this. You don't suddenly just pop up and say, I want to sign Jude Bellingham out of the blue. So Peter O'Rourke said it's going to be a difficult race to win to sign Jude Bellingham for Liverpool, but Liverpool, it seems, have been doing their groundwork for a while, and they will be hoping that might give them an edge if Bellingham does leave Dortmund. And John Barnes suggested that Liverpool might sign Bellingham for a lot less than the £130 million transfer fee that is being quoted that Borussia Dortmund would want for Jude Bellingham. According to The Athletic, that's the value that Dortmund put on Bellingham, but John Barnes said if you are prepared to pay for it, you are worth what someone is prepared to pay. Basically, that's how the market works. If somebody is prepared to pay 100 million for Bellingham, then that's what he's worth. If you have to pay 80, you pay 80, or you pay 60. It won't be 130 million pounds. That's what they are talking about. But of course, when you're looking at Dortmund and what they sell players for, of course they try and say that Bellingham is worth 130 million. It's obvious, that's my comment, it's obvious that Dortmund want to get as much money for Jude Bellingham as possible. But even with Jadon Sancho's transfer, Dortmund were saying that he's worth 150 million, and in the end he ended up joining Man United for, I think, 72 million. Correct me if I'm wrong, that's the transfer fee that I remember. So it could be a similar story with Jude Bellingham as well. They may say they want 200 million and then they take 70 or 80 million pounds, we don't know. But in terms of being up there around the mark of one of the most expensive players, then yes, he's absolutely worth it and worth a lot of money. But I don't think Liverpool or anybody should pay 130 million for Bellingham. Even in today's inflated transfer market, I don't think he's worth that much. The one caveat is that Bellingham's price could increase with a really great World Cup campaign, and he is expected to start for England in the World Cup. So if he does really, really well, then that could add another 10 to 20 million to his transfer value. And if there is a bidding war between Man City, Man United, Chelsea, Liverpool, Real Madrid, that will only benefit Dortmund, and they could sell Bellingham for as much as anybody pays, really. And Robbie Fowler said that the sensational Bellingham is exactly the type of player that Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp needs in their system. And Robbie Fowler said that there is a lot of excitement around Jude Bellingham among Liverpool fans, that Bellingham is destined for Anfield. Bellingham is the kind of player Jurgen Klopp needs. Every team needs to be refreshed now and then, and I think the arrival of Bellingham next summer would lift Liverpool in the same way that signing Virgil van Dijk once did. Dare I say, Alisson, Fabinho, those type of players really lifted Liverpool. According to the noises coming out of Dortmund, it will take an offer in excess of 130 million to tempt them to sell Bellingham. Man City, Chelsea, Real Madrid, PSG have that kind of financial mind. But anyone else, I'm not so sure. Yeah, that's true that Liverpool probably don't have 130 million to spend on one player. But as I said, and as John Bart said, I don't think he will be that much going for in the future. Graham Bailey, a journalist, has claimed that the Jude Bellingham's entourage and representatives, they are considering the prospect of remaining at Borussia Dortmund for another year. Oh my goodness, if that happens, I just can't believe that we could have another 1.5 years of Jude Bellingham transfer stories. I really hope that doesn't happen, because that would just drag it out so long, it would be unbearable. The England international is the subject of intense interest from, of course, Europe's top clubs. And this is what the journalist told the Talking Transfers podcast. Bellingham might stay at Dortmund for another year. Don't rule it out. We have the build-up to Euro 2024, which is going to be held in Germany, so that could be a factor. If we look at the talent who has left Dortmund, Dembele, Sancho, Haaland, Ousmane Dembele and Jadon Sancho struggled to adapt. It took years for them to become really good again for their clubs. But the player who stayed for an extra year, Erling Haaland, he adapted quickly. Bellingham's camp, I'm told, are looking at that as well. I'm not saying it's likely, but I wouldn't rule it out. But I think Haaland is an outlier. Haaland is a world-class striker, one of the best of his generation, and he could potentially become as good as Messi or Ronaldo in terms of numbers. He has the potential to do so. I'm not saying that's a certainty, but it's a possibility, and it's so sad that he's playing for Man City, because Man City will be pretty much unstoppable if Haaland stays fit for a full season. From Bellingham's point of view, it might make sense to stay at Dortmund because he's still only 19 years old. It's scary. He has been around for many years and yet he's still a teenager. And also at Dortmund he's getting a regular playing time, and yes, Dortmund probably won't win the Champions League or the Bundesliga, but they are challenging for the Bundesliga title at the moment. They are above Bayern Munich in the Bundesliga title race, so who knows, maybe Dortmund could win a Bundesliga title with Bellingham in their ranks. It certainly is a big decision, and I think Bellingham needs to choose very carefully which club he chooses, because if he goes to a Chelsea or a Man United, then his career might not develop the way he would want, because those two clubs are in very tumultuous situations and there is not a lot of stability. On the other hand, at a club like Manchester City or Real Madrid or Liverpool, he could instantly go in and challenge and potentially win trophies year after year, and I would choose between those three clubs if I were Jude Bellingham. But because he's English, his family lives in the Midlands, I think Liverpool have the financial capabilities of spending 100 million on a player if Jurgen Klopp thinks that Bellingham will improve the team massively, and I think he will. And also you have to take it into account, if he signs a 5 or a 6 year contract, you can divide that 100 million transfer fee to like 20 million per season, and also with player amortization and Liverpool's revenues being almost 600 million, I think Liverpool can afford it. The biggest question is, will Bellingham demand astronomical wages? What if Real Madrid or Man City offer him £500,000 per week? Will he accept at Liverpool that he will earn only half of that, £250,000 or £300,000? I don't think he will, but if he really wants to move to Liverpool like Virgil van Dijk did, wages won't matter to him that much, but that's a wait and see situation at the moment with Jude Bellingham. I also want to congratulate Diogo Jota on his family expanding. He posted a picture on Instagram that his wife expects a second child, so the Diogo Jota family will expand. So congratulations to him. He's an awesome player, and I'm really happy that he's he's happy in his family. And it was so brilliant to see Xabi Alonso play in a Liverpool shirt once again. He looked like a player who could still play in the Premier League. And Xabi Alonso labels Anfield as different. And he said, I loved it after some time without playing these kind of games. You still know that you feel it, you have it inside. And whenever you have the chance to play at Anfield, it awakens you. I really loved it, and a great cause, a great atmosphere, best stadium in the world, great day. Anfield is different. You have pretty stadiums all over the world, great atmospheres, Champions League night, but this is Anfield. The soul, the stands, the lights, it's different. It's pure football, and that's why we love it as a player, as a fan, as anyone that comes. And he said he would love to return and play for the Liverpool legend side again in the future. That doesn't change. Many things change. The legs change, the strength changes, but once you have that understanding after playing so many years, it is still there. As long as I can enjoy and I can play here, I will love to come back. Liverpool's game is about the quality they have, tactical as well as energy. Last year was very demanding, and always to keep on top, it's not easy. It's a great challenge every season, but I'm sure that the team is up for it, the players, the staff, the great manager we have. There are still lots of things to happen, but they will be there for sure. So Xabi Alonso believes that Liverpool will again find their true quality, and they will again deliver top-notch performances. So I'm really looking forward to the rest of the season. And also, what do you think about Andy Robertson saying that he could move to Celtic from Liverpool in the future? He said, every time I watch Celtic, I consider the transfer. When you watch them and see a packed Celtic Park, as a fan, you always have that dream. Ideally, I want to finish my career here at Liverpool. If I can stay at the top of my game, at the top of the tree my whole career, that's the route I want to go down. But also, when I look at Celtic and when I was growing up, I was thinking I wanted to give them my best years. When I was at Queen's Park in Scotland, I had a dream of still playing with Celtic and always dreamed of giving my best years to Celtic. But now I don't want to go there as a 34, 35 year old that my uncles start hating on me because I can't move anymore. Time will tell. I'm very much a person who lives in the moment. I don't look too far ahead, and I don't often look back. There will be a time for that. I think if Robertson can stay at the top of his game, then he will either retire at Liverpool, or maybe he will move to Celtic when he is not good enough anymore to start for Liverpool regularly. I can see that happening, that when he becomes a bench player, he will maybe move to Celtic, but that's still a long time from now. And Celtic hero Grant actually slammed Robertson that you are insulting Liverpool. That's an interesting take. I don't think there was anything particularly malicious or insulting about what Robertson said, but Grant said many people have had that dream. I spoke about when Steven Gerrard kept talking about being the manager at Liverpool while he was the manager at Rangers. I don't like that. Your club should be your focus. Football has a funny way of kicking you. I think you've just got to concentrate on what you are doing just now and get back playing well with Liverpool, be successful there. At the end of the day, if he ends up playing for Celtic, then fantastic. Me as a Liverpool supporter, you are not talking about someone at 35 coming to the end of his career. He's 28, your concentration level should be on your club. We can all have dreams, but certain things you have got to keep to yourself. It's different if you are late in your career and coming to the end of it, and Andy is hopefully not. It annoyed me when Steven Gerrard, when he was a big club, but he was at a big club like Rangers, and it would annoy me if I was a Liverpool and Celtic supporter. I don't like that. Concentrate on the job in front of you. Football is very much day to day. You've got to be single-minded. I mean, too much honesty is now even a problem for some people. I mean, Andy Robertson was just honest. He just said that he loved Celtic growing up and he wants to play there, maybe if his career pans out that way. But if he retires at Liverpool, then fantastic as well. That's basically the summary of what he said. So I don't see any problem with that, really. Andy Robertson will still give his best years at Liverpool. He will still stay at Liverpool for the next 4, 5, 6 years, whatever it may be. And then after that, maybe he goes to Celtic, maybe he retires at Liverpool. Whatever he chooses, I will be happy for him, because he gives his best years for Liverpool and he gives his all. He works really hard, and that's all you can ask for from a player, so I don't have any problems with that. But let me know if you disagree with me. Do you agree with Grant? Do you think that Robertson should be slammed about his comments about, you know, Celtic? Let me know in the comments below. And that's it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.